Well, good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you're at in the world. Remember, the truth doesn't hurt, it burns. And a little bit while ago, a little earlier, I was sitting here with my two dogs, two little chihuahuas. One's name is Jealousy, who's the mother, and one's name is Envy, which is her daughter. I was contemplating to myself about jealousy and envy and thinking to myself that where did this stem from? And how come it's so rampant in today's society? And it occurred to me that the reason it's so rampant in society is because the system has created that, and the system is an unequal system. And the system we live under was created by human beings with ill intention towards other people. And these persons that control our system we live under are the ones that make sure the system stays unequal, so jealousy and envy are always on the tips of our tongue or on the edge of our thoughts or make our emotions react a certain way. Envy and jealousy are similar in nature, but different in velocity as far as what another person will do to another person because of it. But they're still part of the unequal system. So even though they may be equal in nature, they're unequal in a consciousness that has care and compassion. And because society lacks in care and compassion, envy and jealousy have taken over. And what good is it doing? You can't change the way you think of another person because they have something you don't have. I don't know about you, but my entire life there's been people around me that have things that I haven't had. But it never made me jealous of them. I was never envious of what they had. I didn't feel like I had to keep up with the neighbors, as to say, or the Johnsons, as the old term goes, and have to keep up with the Johnsons. And what if the Johnsons are the ones that created the system? You'll never attain it. You'll never attain what the system is created for because the people that created the system aren't envious and jealous of each other that are part of the system. It wouldn't make any sense, would it? Like if these people that have all the money, that own all the property, that control all the food, control the water, control the air, basically, the ones that continually take, what jealousy and envy do they have, you think? We can't continue to exist in this world and think that existence is going to keep on giving us a better outcome if we continually are jealous and envious of people. We need to change that. We need to have our thoughts corrected. We need to have our emotions stabilized, and we need to heal our hearts. And it made me think of like contagion, or something that's contagious, which envy and jealousy are contagious, obviously. Just like a child when they're sick at school, or the parents gets called to come and get their kid because they're sick, and then they're told this new rule that they got to stay home for 24 hours, right? And until they've no longer carry the contagion. Well, as adults, then maybe we need to take 24 hours before we start using our judgment of jealousy and envy towards another person because they have something you don't have. Well, everybody has something that another person doesn't have. You guys understand that, right? Like that is like because of the unequal system. There, just because I have leather shoes that are made in Italy doesn't mean the neighbor has leather shoes made in Italy. He might have leather shoes in France, and so he's wearing his shoes. I'm wearing my shoes. Or am I supposed to be jealous that he got his in France and I got mine? And because what? They're made in France. It's kind of a stupid analogy, but anyway, you get the point. We're all adults. We're not. We don't need to keep babying ourselves and acting like children with no guidance. If you lack guidance, then you should, see what's going on upstairs, I guess. In a book, it tells us that that I am a jealous God. It says in there. What a fucking lie! I think that spoken word right there is the furthest thing from the truth. I said it before, and I'm going to say it tonight again. We were all born perfect. We came into this world perfect. This world and its system is where the imperfection lays. We keep telling ourselves nobody's perfect. What an oxymoron. I'm not saying anybody's perfect, and I'm not saying anybody's imperfect. I'm just saying that there's room for us to become perfect. And the only way that happens is by understanding the divine plan of things, the choreography that's hidden from us, that's controlled by other humans that, like I said earlier, really laugh at us because of the way we act. And it keeps everybody in their tidy little boxes. Well, if we're all boxed up all the time, right, we're all in our cages and nobody knows how to get out of them, it's got to be getting full of shit pretty soon in there. The boxes have to start filling up. And not only do they fill up with the shit, but they fill up with the word vomit. They fill up with emotional stagnation, with ill thoughts. And do you think when the Creator made us that we were all supposed to be tucked away in boxes and categorized? And, use terminologies and fall into the envious way of life and be jealous of things? Do you think the oak tree is jealous of the pine tree? Do you think the gazelle is jealous of the deer? Do you think a rose looks at a daisy and says, I really wish I could have daisies in my life because I'm a rose? Or do you think the rose is just satisfied being the rose? Food for thought. Love you guys and girls. It's time to rise, children.